beauty of having so many ships with different characteristics in the game. Pretty much everybody can find something they will like and do
100%.
well in.
100%. And that's what's fun about this game is that there's a lot of variety in it. All right, so Z-23, let's talk about characteristics. Grundy said, why are you playing her in ranked? And that's because, frankly, the TED 61 game we just saw was a great example of Grunty being able to do things, but not being able to do everything perfectly, right? And I feel like
Yeah.
the Z-23 is the exact same example, except this is a tech tree ship, so it's almost kind of gimped. I would put it on the exact same power as TED 61, but TED 61 is 2 tiers lower.
Yeah, like it's kind of a hybrid that can do everything, but
Right.
the ceiling it has is not very high.
Right. Now, I would argue, and you said that Wargaming buffed her a bit when they took away the 150s, right? And then they gave her the 128, the double in the front. I'd almost argue that nerfed her because the 150s with AP could slap. And those were removed, unfortunately. And that was, to me, one of the strengths of that line.
I mean, yeah, you can still Citadel with the 128s.
Yeah,
They
just to get
just have
closer.
they have less pen and less damage, so
Right.
I get that argument,
Okay.
but I know why Wargame removed them. Like it had something to do with the consistency issue and the other line now having the
Well,
150s. Like
yeah, because what was it? Wasn't it the tier 6 that also had the 150s,
Gede
but then
had
the 7
also
didn't?
150s.
Yeah.
The fun fact is like on the Gede they were straight up buffs pretty much like
Yes.
the 150s because like
Yes. So, this ship line, the AP is pretty good. The HE is okay. It's got 1/4 HE pen, which is sexy. You've got Hydro, which is, let's see, where is it? There it is. The tech ship's at 5 kilometer. That's kind of nice. It's got smoke. It's got relatively fast reloading torps that don't do a ton of damage. So there's a lot of things. I really do enjoy the original German destroyer line a lot, to the point where Lutyens helms my tier 10, the Z-52. So, you know, it's a good destroyer line to work through.
I like them too.
Yeah. So, all right, let's take a look at the build then, and let's talk about how Iron Meals has set the ship up. So Iron Meals has gone for guns, propulsion, guns again, propulsion again, and concealment. Nothing wrong there. Absolutely nothing
you
wrong
have
there.
pretty much the same choices like I had in the game earlier. Like you can
Yes.
pretty much run everything. Personally, I would probably not go for the aiming systems. Like if you want to go for the guns, I would go for the turret traverse just because 22.5 is really, really bad for a destroyer.
Okay.
And you're not shooting at crazy long ranges just because it doesn't have the crazy long range. And at the
Okay.
shorter ranges, the aiming systems is not as impactful, kind of.
I would say if you are doing a lot of AP, then aiming systems is probably good. You can aim better with that. You can hit the things that you need to hit better.
I get it why people want. It's just like you will outturn your turrets in that ship.
Absolutely.
That's just a fact, and I hate that.
Now, Iron Meals, you said you've got this is a new ship to you. You still went ahead and made sure you had all of the ship upgrades and the modules beforehand. So thank you for not pulling a Rob on us. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure how I got the modules first, but I've been getting better by adding flags, adding equipment,
Okay.
adding modules. So
Okay.
trying to do it
I'm guessing this is a standard 10-point captain, nothing special, right?
correct.
Okay. I like that you went down the core build. This is my core build. You start with preventative maintenance, into last stand, into survivability, and finish with concealment. Absolutely, that's what you want to start with, and then from there you can branch off into other skills. Armios, what are you going to go next? What do you think you want to go next?
I'm thinking I'm gonna get an adrenaline rush, maybe.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think that I'll probably take this captain up when I finish.
Okay. Adrenaline Rush is a good pick. And then you have to decide, once you get Adrenaline Rush, do you want to go guns or do you want to go torps? If you're currently going guns, you probably want to think about doing gun range, gun reload, and then turret reverse to help with your gun turrets.
I would take the range over the reload. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not. The 5% is not that.
Well,
big
why
of a
not
deal.
both?
You actually, yeah, you can take both. I would just take the range first. Also, the turret reverse gets massively better on the on the 9 and 10, to a point where you don't need the grease the gears
Yes.
necessarily anymore.
Yes.
I would drop that for the liquidator because the torpedoes have a rather low flooding chance. And
That's a very good point. If you find yourself, if you're going to take this captain up to the 9 and 10, you don't need to degrease the gears. Alternately, if you don't want to do liquidator, you could also go for gun feeder, just to swap to AP quicker if you need to use it. But liquidator is probably fine. All right, signals: anti-det, fire chance, flood chance. There's that try-hard hydro and smoke we talked about with the Z-21 game. Shift speed and consumables. Nothing wrong there with that build.
no.
Okay.
You can definitely save yourself the smoke flag, like, if you want to.
Yeah, you don't need the
Save some
smoke flag.
credits. Like, it doesn't do much. It's like 2 seconds more smoke and that's it.
That's right. Okay, so this is a ranked battle. Right off the bat, Armios, there's something that you did that I disagree with. Do you know what that is?
Engine speed boost, probably.
Correct, sir.
I think here my reasoning was, for sure the Kagero is gonna bot me, and the Turpits and I'm sorry, the Hyper has Hydro, so I wanna get close to let my team shoot them at them, but I'm not gonna get into A, because I think that I'll just die there.
Here's the problem, though. If you pop the speed boost to go there without actually going in there, you're just gonna get ahead of your team so much.
Yep.
You're running away from your backup.
Hey,
The
Agent.
speed boost makes sense if you were, for example, to go into your own cap. I could see it because you get there faster and you get the cap first, so you
Right.
put on a little bit of pressure on the enemy team.
Yeah, if you're trying
But
to go
if you're
C,
not-
sure.
But if you're not actually going in the cap and trying to cap it right away, being there a little bit sooner doesn't do anything for you. Especially since you're gonna be outspotted. If anything, you're gonna get there later, so you get spotted while you're further away from the team, so you can from the enemy team, so you can turn away and kite back to your own team, and they catch up and then they shoot. Because right now,
So-
look how far ahead you are of your battleships.
So an alternate way of thinking about this, Armios, is if you did not engine boost to A, and let's say the Kagero did, or even if he didn't, if he were to get into A before you, okay, you know that the Kagero went to A cap, which allows you to play a little bit more defensively. With you engine boosting, as Grundy said, you beat your team to an area where now if you get in trouble, they can't help you, right?
Yeah, I kind of see it that now, because I really wanted to spot them first, get my team to shoot, but I look at the angles and they don't have that many shots.
All right, I paused. Fair. I paused the minimap for a sec. If you really wanted to spot the enemy team, so that your team can shoot them or at least know where they're going to A with engine boost is not the right place. Going either C or mid, I would say get C and then go mid to spot the team. If you really want to spot the enemy, then that's what you would do. You'd go down the 7 line, echo 7, and then once you got the cap, curl into the mid more and see what they're doing. Because with you going A, there's that island at Charlie Delta 5 that blocks so much of your vision. By the time you get past that island, even with engine boost on, they've committed. The enemy's committed and your team is committed as well. And it's too late for them to take that information and decide to switch to a different cap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
So, goes back to what Grunty said. If you want the vision, you want the cap, boost to C and then go mid. Otherwise, take your time to A, keep that boost as something that you've got available to you when you need it.
Yeah. Yes, right now you got in a position, you spot the whole enemy team, but, well, not the whole enemy team, but a lot of them.
Four
but
out
none
of
of your ships
6.
can actually shoot them. Like,
That's right.
The island isn't the way for everybody.
And it's almost...
So if you arrived there 10 seconds later, it would have made no difference.
And here's the funny thing that you don't think about. By the way, right here, stop, smoke, and shoot the Hipper if he's still heading northward. I think he's heading south. No, he is still heading north. Stop, smoke, and shoot the Hipper. Get him on fire.
I would not. If
Why
he
not?
stops there and smokes, the Hipper is unspotted.
It depends on if
nobody's spotting there.
the
Unless the
Takao
Hipper
might if he shoots, but yeah.
If he shoots.
If he shoots. But I want to go back a second. I want to go back a second to talking about your teammates. One of the things that I noticed about teammates in this game is if they can see somebody and they can shoot somebody, they will shoot them. They won't think much about the ramifications of those shots. I'm thinking about Rob's game earlier as a great example of that. By the way, there's an island there. Yeah. So if you spot somebody early, your team might start shooting early, and that gets them shot at early, gets them killed early. Do you see where I'm going with that?
You could have told your team, by the way, that you got a flooding on that Hipper.
You could have said, I got a flood on the Hipper, he DCP'd, and hit F3 on the Hipper to try to get them to shoot him and get him on fire again. Yes. He's a skilled Nazi.
More for the Monarch, for it to change to HE?
No, but it might have caused the Takao... It might have caused the Takao to shoot the Hipper instead of saying shooting the Massachusetts.
Yeah, people like perma-fire, so you get a higher chance of the people actually shooting the target you want them to shoot.
Right.
Like if they know they can get permanent fire damage, people like that.
I'm with Grunty on this. I would have double-clicked on the ship and then said he DCP'd.
Switched. Like, Monarch is a ship like... I think the AP is the way to go on this ship, but a lot of people play it as a HE spammer.
Right.
But if someone, even if I play it as AP ship, but somebody tells me I can get a perma fire on this ship, I'm very likely to switch because like the HE is not that bad.
Right.
What is that a misclick?
Why are you smoking here?
Total misclick.
Was that a fat finger? You hit both?
Yeah.
Okay.
That happens. I want to comment real quick on the widespread tropes. I'm personally not a fan of them.
No.
Like there's huge gaps on because you only have 4 torpedoes between the tropes. Like you saw how easily the Massachusetts already dodged your first set going in between the tropes.
Yep. I wouldn't have even fired those torpedoes because honestly, since you fat fingered it and hit those the smoke, if he sees it, he's just going to turn away from it or bow into it.
You can play.
Look at the Kagero.
Yeah, you can make a play for a cap now. Now that the Kagero is spotted.
Something else I was going to mention: with 4 ships at A, Kagero probably didn't go A, and sure enough, he didn't. He went up the mid.
And I'm eating my words because this Massachusetts is eating widespread tropes, am I?
Yep. Now I do like that you realize you're behind the smoke here and you're shooting through. On the other hand, that's good. I like it.
Yeah, that one I saw.
Right.
A little bit. I saw that I could do it.
You could AP here, but I get sticking to HE because like he put out a fire earlier and you want to get another fire.
And here AP will be to the burst structure.
I would switch the torpedoes, get the torpedoes ready for the reload.
I would have shot the AP here at the upper belt.
Yep. Now, what is this? He's on double fire and his HP isn't changing? Is he healing through it?
I saw this
Guns, forget it.
On
you saw this recently?
Stream, I think.
Huh.
It might have been a perfect sync between the healing and the ticks of the fire.
Yeah.
Or it's a bug. I don't know which one, but it's not the first time I see it.
Okay.
I like that he didn't fire, by the way. I really like it.
Well, I would have gone to guns as soon as I realized that his HP isn't dropping, because that might tell me the best situation, right? Which is he's healing at the same time he's double burning. So at a certain point that expires and then he dies. So that's why I was saying guns. I would have switched to guns there just to try to get him down. and ensure that, you know,
The
he goes
team's
down.
already shooting him, and the fire burns longer than the heal lasts. I like staying concealed here. Like, he would have probably taken some secondary damage from the Massachusetts too if he shot.
He could have. He could have.
So
Here I remember what Sad said on one of my last analyses, where it was, okay, the sub is gonna be killed already. Just leave, go to the other cap, and let your teammate kill him. And I said, well, here I'll just let my teammate kill him because he's gonna die. Or I was kind of certain that he was gonna die, so I didn't want anybody to know where I was. Because the Amalfi plays a little bit sneaky. I was always scared
Yeah.
of where he was.
The Amalfi thought that he was going to surprise you around that corner. I would have held that torpedo there. Get your torpedo salvos more in sync so you can send out a wall of skill. You know what? Turpits is quite low anyway, so to hell with it. Aw, gamer words in chat. That's cute. You really need a cap. Right, smoke up and farm could have been a good option too. As SCT says, you get the turpits down sooner, allows you to get the cap sooner. You desperately need caps. I mean, you're up on ships, but you don't have any point gain at all.
that's okay because the enemy team only has one cap right now too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too worried about the points yet. I would go towards the A cap though and try to pick it up and
Now is when you need
pick
that
it-
boost,
I
by
would,
the way.
I would the Hydro here too because the Amalfi does have torps and you don't want him to come towards you.
Yeah, that's true. I would be torping right now. Absolutely torping. Widespread torping, triple fire, 5k turpits might not be the greatest use of torps. So here's the thing, the torps do reload relatively quickly. And only one torpedo is needed to get the kill. So actually there, I'd be okay with widespread simply because that's all you care about is that one torpedo hitting. But why did you not go to A here?
Yeah, why you try?
Here I had a lot of confusion in this game. I said, okay, well, I mean, A, nobody's gonna cap it, and my teammate is dying at C. So I said, okay, maybe I can go really fast and either help kill the Kagero, or
Okay.
if the Kagero kills my teammates, then maybe I can finish him later since he's
Okay.
spotted.
The
And
Kagero
then-
popped up so close to your cruisers, like in in between them, he was dead. You're never gonna get there fast enough to actually be of great help.
Yeah, but continuing that, I said, well, if I continue that way, I'll then either help the surviving cruiser with the Amagi with torpedoes and get C.
Okay.
And I thought hopefully one of those cruisers stays alive. And I thought the Amagi would kill the Amalfi, or at least not die.
I want to pause it for a sec because I think it's important. You probably don't play with the same mods that I do. But I've got the mod that illustrates, kind of gives you a chance to see what's going on with your team. There's a heart icon next to your Takao, your Harbin, and your Magi. Do you know what that heart icon means?
No.
I don't know
It
what the
means
heart
they're
is.
almost
It's easier
dead.
spotted.
It means they're almost dead. They're like under a quarter HP. And the reason why that's important is that when I see teammates, and I apologize to people who might take offense to this, but when I see teammates that are low health, the very last thing on my mind is, oh, I gotta go help them. They're probably dead before I can get to them to help them anyways. You're smoking right now. You told the Takao, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna smoke you. Did the Takao respond in chat at all?
I think later he does.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if he doesn't respond thank you or great and turn towards you, you've just wasted a smoke because he's not going to use it and you don't have it available when you need it. Meanwhile, the enemy team, Amalfi's at full health, the Amagi's at full health. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I'm not playing long run, I'm playing short term. And that's another reason why getting the A cap is so important here. Because I would expect Harbin to die. He's detected too. I would expect a cow to die. I would expect a Magi to die. And
I
now
don't
then
expect
it's you
that
by
Takao
yourself.
to die. The Takao is actually unspotted right now, which like he doesn't need the smoke. If anything, the Harbin would have needed it.
Correct. But the Harbin's got his own smoke, so that's on him. I'm sorry, but that's on him. So
I would have definitely just like you're not in danger of losing yet. The points are like at 500 something. I would have gotten the A cap, helped the battleship kill the cruiser.
yes. Yes.
Because if that helps,
Yes.
even if then your cruisers and the battleship dies in the process, you have the 1v1 with you and the destroyer
Yes.
against the battleship, which means you can always play ring around with him and get the caps.
What a lot of people forget about with battleships.
But if the Amalfi is the one that lives, you have a problem.
What people forget about with battleships is they've got this thing called a heal. And so for them, the longer they live in the game, the better they are. Whereas Amalfi, Harbin don't have heals. So what you see is what you get with them, right? So killing that Amalfi, helping kill that Amalfi earlier, you get the A cap. Amagi lives. That's key. If the Amagi lives for a couple minutes, he gets more hit points, right? At this point, you've committed yourself, whether you realize it or not, to going to sea, to facing the Amagi, and to keeping the Amagi off of your two low health cruisers, while hopefully the Amagi on your team kills the Amalfi.
So I sent this replay because there was so much indecision in my head playing this one. And that's what I like hearing from you guys. Here, I'm gonna say maybe something that is completely wrong. I thought I'm gonna use the smoke, and even I thought maybe I'm gonna shoot, so the Amagi maybe tries to kill me. Hopefully he's not gonna kill me until I go back dark, and then I have two cruisers alive. And here, for me, the smoke is not that important since I will be dark whenever. Well, that's my thought, but I haven't played this ship enough to think if it's good enough.
Conklin, thanks for the correction. Harbin does save heal. Good. Okay, thank you for that correction.
Your smoke doesn't last very long. Like, it's only gonna protect the cow for so long, and like you can shoot and draw the attention from the Amagi, but how are you actually gonna kill the Amagi? Like,
he's full health. I understand the idea of distracting him.
If you want your cruisers to shoot at them again, they're gonna get spoiled again and are risk of dying. If you want them to just stay safe and run away, you're taking a 1v1 with the full HP Amagi right now.
Right. It's a bad situation to be in. I understand your idea of getting him to shoot you instead of the cruisers. That might work, although he might be in the Amagi that is like hyper focused on killing cruisers, and frankly, I wouldn't blame him for that based on how low your ships are. So, let me put it this way: you are moving from something that's probably going to work to long shot. Let's call it long shot. You're making it more difficult on yourself to win at this point.
What you also have to keep in mind with these German destroyers, you don't even have the alpha damage. You can't rush this battleship and kill it. It's gonna survive, even if you hit all 8 torpedoes.
That's right. Your only hope then is a detonation. We lost the Stream Raiders game. No worries. Let's get back into it.
I just think that the Amalfi is... There goes the Harbin. Is the easier kill, and then you can focus all your power into the Amagi afterwards. Because right now you're split. Your battleship is not gonna help you with the Amagi because he's occupied with the cruiser. And your Takao is almost dead. And once your smoke is out in 50 seconds, he's gonna get spotted again and probably die too. And the chances of you killing that Amagi in 50 seconds are... I mean, they're not zero, but they're not super high.
Alright, look at that. Your Amagi dies. And now, here comes the long shot. 2-on-2. You're hoping that... Okay, the Takao did use your smoke. That's nice. Widespread torpedoes, though.
Yeah, you never
I
switch
think
back.
that I blame Wookie. Wookie talks about widespread, and I've been trying
Wookiee
not to
Legend?
repeat. Yeah,
What the hell?
I blame him.
Okay.
You could have had like probably 3 hits if that wasn't a widespread.
Instead, you're gonna get 2.
I mean, just 3 from the first salvo.
I know what you're saying. Fortunately,
Flooding, huh?
he is on double fire. He's lost a lot of hit points. Here comes the long shot. You're by yourself now. Stop running away. That's right. Stop being Shinji. You mustn't run away. You mustn't run away.
The map is helping them too.
AP, whatever. You don't care about AP. You laugh in the face of AP. Guns? Guns, why did you stop? Guns! Okay. Now it's you versus an Amalfi. This is not... Yes, get into the cap, Shinji! This is not the, ideal situation. You're full health. Amalfi's at half. He's got sap. That's gonna hurt you a lot.
Maybe we can
Yeah.
pause here and think what you guys would do.
What would I do at this point?
I think here we have 6 minutes. I think they will win in 6 minutes if they
Yeah.
continue with 1 cap. And I was thinking, okay, if I go to B in 6 minutes, I was wondering, would I cash to 768? He's gonna get A, so he's gonna have 1 cap always.
You're never gonna catch up on caps.
No.
Unless you get all 3.
Nope. B doesn't matter at this point.
Because,
The
like,
only choice is to go A. Only
They're
choice.
too close to win. You
But
need a kill. The kill
is
is the
that
only
obvious?
chance to win this.
Because
To
I
me,
thought about it a lot.
To
Okay,
me,
you
it's
just-
obvious, but
Just look how many points they need. They need 232 points. That is less than half of what you need to win. So in order to overtake it, 2 caps to 1 is not enough.
now
They're gonna reach 1,000 before you catch up.
on
You
top
can
of
just
that,
do the math in your head, or you use an add-on for it. There's an add-on, a mod called Score Timer, that will tell you how long it takes to actually win the game
correct.
based on the caps and point situation.
On top of that, you also need to think about time. There's 6 minutes and 38 seconds left in this game, dude. If you go to B, that's going to take 4 minutes for you to get to there and cap. Maybe even 5. GG. You've put
You had
yourself in a
taken the-
situation where you can only go for the Amalfi and that's it. That's your only hope of living and winning.
If you had the A cap, you would probably be below that half threshold and would be eventually overtaken points. But right
Correct.
now, no shot.
If
Like the Amalfi can just run down to like basically what's it, J1 and then protect their home cap a little bit from this angle. Because even if you make it to A and then make it down to B, you're not gonna
no.
get
If
there.
you'd
in
gotten the A
points.
cap, you would have been able to go to B here. But because you didn't, you've only got one choice. You gotta go A. That's it.
Yep. And it's not even really your choice. Like it's the Amalfi's choice if he takes the fight at this point.
That's right.
If he just runs, he wins.
Absolutely correct, yes. So now you're hoping on your
Thankfully, a
opponent
lot of
making a
people-
mistake too.
Thankfully, a lot of players don't know how to win games, so there's a high chance he's not running.
Cheers, everybody. Well, it's a ranked game, you know, whatever.
Quite low on the rank.
Iron Meals, do you want a suggestion that might be considered toxic?
Not at all.
All right.
Go ahead.
At this point, this is when you start taunting the Amalfi. You got nothing else to do anyway. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. You go on to all chat and say, what? Are you too pussy to fight me? Are you too much of a wuss to fight me?
He's actually not. He's capping A now, so he revealed his position. Huge mistake on his part. He doesn't need that cap. He's still getting it because he's greedy.
I still remember a season of ranked battles, I think it was season 4. I actually talked the enemy team into a loss because I died and I turned to my keyboard and I got them to fight over, of all things, which ship was best to tank into rank. And the guy who's still in the game was arguing with his own team. about the ships. And the funny thing is, the one guy that was on my team started arguing back. I'm like, dude, shut up! Like, I'm trying to help you here, you know?
This is also the point where you wish you had a speed boost back, huh?
A speed boost would really help here, yes.
I'm here trying to use the island, and I'm not using the Hydra because I say, okay, I'm gonna go in. He shoots once, maybe I torpedo him, and that's it.
Okay. Oh, there he is! AP into his side is neat. SAP hurts. Stop and smoke here, because he's got smoke fire penalty.
You can smoke and shoot with Hydro. He's gonna be spotted.
Yep. Hydro on, Hydro on, Hydro on, Hydro on. You don't want him to go dark for a second. Hydro on. He also might have torped you. What are you...
I'm not
Why,
good at this shit.
why did you stop torping? Why, shooting? Why, what?
I think that's a panic mode.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Alright, now, keep going, keep going, keep going. He popped his own Inky. If you can get around this corner before his smoke is... Again, ancient boost would have been really nice here. If you can get there, you can absolutely smack him. Come on, come on, come on, come on. AP, 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 AP. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, let's go. Do it, do it, do it. Not the torpedoes! Shoot the guns!
Wait, can you stop here? The reason I'm not shooting is because I'm not spotted.
Yes, but
So
you're also
what?
firing widespread torpedoes to where half of your spread won't even hit the ship because it's going forward. Narrow spread, damn it.
Your AP, your shells deal 3,000 damage with a Citadel. You need 2 good salvos and he's dead. He's not gonna
Now-
even shoot back.
Only chance for him to see you, because you said I'm not spotted, the only chance for him to see you is if his plane is up and orbiting the smoke and you shoot, while the plane just happens to be on your side of the smoke. Okay?
Yeah. Here, why I also like lack confidence of shooting is that I didn't get a Citadel before.
Who cares? Look at how low he is. Shoot the damn guns. Let me put it another way. Look at the enemy score, look at your score. Who's gonna win in 3 minutes and 50 seconds?
You mean in like 30 seconds or less because they haven't...
Who's gonna win in 3
Somebody-
minutes and 50 seconds? It's gonna be his team. Who's gonna win if he kills you? It's gonna be his team. Right? So at this point, your only chance of winning is to get this kill. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it.
And your chance gets lower if he angles.
Right. So just go for it, dude. Just go for it.
Are we gonna do a pull? Do I kill him? Does he kill me?
Let's see what happens. AP. 3 penetrations. You're out turning your guns, trying to kite away now. If you want to do that, you need to also slow down to throw off his aim. You're gonna hit him with torps and kill him. My god. Cots spread, best spread.
By the way, your smoke firing penalty is how much on this ship? 3.0 kilometers. So you could have just stayed at 3.1 and shoot undetected too. Like,
In other words, you were fine to open up on guns, and when he comes around out of the smoke, fine, dude. Pockington, I think, said it best. Neither side deserves to win this game. I'm sorry,
That's why
neither
I
side
said it.
deserves to win this game.
let Amalfi through hard. Like even
The Amalfi
going
through, the
into
Amagi
A
through,
cap.
your Harbin
I'm not
through.
even, no, I don't know if you can call the Amagi throwing. I mean, he took the torps because he never tried to steer, but I wouldn't call that a throw.
I mean, it's more he went from like full health to no health in like a minute flat, but you know.
But yet that Amalfi didn't know how to win, like, and you almost threw it back to them.
You haven't seen me despair so much since that co-op Emerald game. Cthulhu, please, let's not go there. Let's
It's
please
like-
not go there.
It's like they threw an interception, you picked it up and then fumbled, but luckily recovered your own fumble.
This is a European talking about American football. This is impressive. Sure, open the old wounds. Let's go. Hey, look, at the end of the day, you won, and Iron Meals, this is a fantastic game to talk through because, like, wow, this was... There's so much to unpack from this game, man, you know?
That's what I'm trying to send is replays where I have so many questions. First, I mean, using AP, I was really demoralized because I'm not getting the citadels that I thought I would get.
I'm
Alright.
gonna look at the Amalfi armor scheme right now because I'm quite frankly very, very surprised you didn't get any citadels there.
Hell of a show, Pac says. Okay. Hell of a show. Alright.
But here
I put cap.
right
as
in
it.
the end, like when you try to turn away and angle, that is exactly why I like the turret traverse mod. Yeah, you saw
Yeah.
the problem there.
Yeah, you
Out-turning
out-turn
your
the
own
turrets.
turrets.
So
And that's the last thing you want to do in that situation.
I'm gonna put it this way for you to understand. When it comes to destroyers and firing AP, you're actually not really caring about citadels. When it comes to
No.
destroyers and AP, you're looking at pens and overpens. That's what you care about. So
No, you at this distance firing in a German destroyer, you absolutely want the citadels.
yes, as Elusive Spider says, you're learning a lot of possibilities. That's true. Grunty, I disagree with you personally. When I look at battleships, if I'm shooting them in a destroyer, if I'm in a cruiser on a cruiser, I want citadels, yes. But if I'm shooting at a battleship in a destroyer, if I'm shooting at a cruiser in a destroyer, I want to focus more on, am I penetrating them? Am I getting decent damage out of my AP? In that situation, yes, you were penetrating the Amalfi, which was doing good damage. So you stopped because you didn't get citadels. But again, these are 128s. If they were the 150s, yeah, maybe I could make the argument looking for citadels. But 128s?
Okay, so here's the thing. The Amalfi actually has a citadel armor build of 150 millimeter, which means you have actually a 0 chance of getting any citadels there.
That's right. That's what I'm trying to say. So AP.
Okay, having a 150 millimeter citadel armor is not something a lot of tier 8 cruisers have.
If it was a light cruiser, I could see the argument. But again, now we're starting to split hairs. Look, if I'm playing this game, I'm in Iron Meals' positioning. I'm going upper belt. I'm going forward or rear of the ship, right? I'm trying to pen the bow or the stern or the upper belt. Frankly, I'm probably trying to pen the stern because the stern's big, fat. It'll trap shells and it'll blow things up. That's what I'm looking for.
I mean, I'm just bringing it up because I would have tried for the citadel there myself. I didn't know the citadel armor of the Amalfi was that good.
Yeah.
Had I known that, then yes, the correct thing to do is aim for the upper belt or the bow and the stern.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have expected to be able to get citadels there. Because, but, like, as I said, 150 is a lot.
Yes, it is.
I quite frankly didn't
Hey,
know
Big O.
that.
I mean, dude, you are finding the best replays to send me, so thank you for that. Like, I love this.
No problem. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. I for sure learned a lot from these discussions.
That's why we're here. Absolutely why we are here. Ocean Man. So cot spread, I don't like.
I didn't like the man. I mean, neither.
Like I said,
don't think it did you no good too. Like, I mean, quite frankly, maybe in the end there when he was accelerating, but I think you would have hit everything you torped with a regular spread too, and you would have gotten even more hits.
right. I would say that if a ship that you're torpedoing is very low and you know one torpedo will kill it, widespread away, baby. Otherwise, narrow.
I only use widespread torps on the Europeans because their spread is so narrow.
Yeah, because widespread on the
Otherwise-
Europeans is narrow spread for everybody else. So
Right.
yes.
But otherwise, like, the gaps between the torpedoes are so big.
Yes.
Like, you can fit a battleship between them, and
Yes. But again, if you only need one lucky torpedo a hit, who cares? Cover the most bases just in case the ship turns one way or another. I totally get that. Leon, when to hit under front, back turret, or mid for a citadel? Are there common rules? Yes. So my rule is, am I an equal class to my enemy? If so, go for that mid citadel. Okay? If I'm a heavy cruiser shooting at another heavy cruiser, go for the citadel. If I'm a ship that is lower class, cruiser, battleship, or whatever, or I'm shooting at something that's got a very thin, like I'm thinking Worcester or Smolensk. That might be when I go for the turrets, like the turret barbettes. Otherwise, I typically go for bow or stern. If I'm a cruiser shooting at a battleship, I'm typically shooting at bow or stern with AP, right? Or upper belt. If I'm a destroyer shooting at a cruiser, bow or stern or upper belt or superstructure. Very rarely do I go for citadels while I'm a destroyer against a cruiser, or while I'm a cruiser against a battleship, unless I'm like up close and personal, in which case I'm probably dead anyways, you know what I mean?
There's a lot of experience. Like some ships are just easier to citadel in certain parts, but that's something you learn with experience.
Correct. I will say, if you're not sure and want to practice, go into the training room. Everybody has access to the training room. Create a training room. Make the type ST resilience test or ST armor resilience test. And what that does is it puts all the ships in a line in the middle of the map. Take the ship that you want to practice on, set the enemy to be whatever ship or ship types you want to be. If you want to practice cheeking a Yamato, maybe you want to shoot at a Georgia, maybe you want to try a cruiser. Set them all up and just go up and spend 30 minutes just pew-pewing them. It gives you a chance to see, can I hit or can I not under what I would consider to be ideal situations. And remember, when a ship is turning, it's also rotating the roof of its citadel and slightly angling its side armor. So it's a little bit more difficult to say for sure whether you'll citadel it. But it gives you some practice, you know?
For example, French cruisers have notoriously spaced armor that makes it very hard to citadel in the middle parts.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But that spaced armor doesn't exist around the turret area.
Yes.
So if you shoot them at the waterline on the turrets, you have a much easier chance getting citadels.
You just have to hit them in the turret, that's all, no problem. GG's. Alright, so getting back to the replay render here, because we talked a little bit about it. I'm gonna pause it right here. So this is when you say to yourself, in my opinion, if I'm playing this ship in this the specific game I'm Meals, this is what I'm saying. All right, Tirpitz needs to die. He's in my way. And then once he's gone, I'm going into A. The idea of going to C hasn't even crossed my mind yet. I'm gonna go into A. Holy hell, we just got 43 out of 90 for Hero Wars. Thank you guys. Remember, that means 7 more people when we do a CC container giveaway.
I agree. I would have straight towards the A cap, even towards the Tirpitz, because he has a choice to make. Like either he's gonna be broadside to you and probably eat all your torps, or he's gonna be broadside to, at this point, both of your battleships that still are alive.
Yes.
So he's probably not gonna be long from this world.
Now, there's an important distinction to know about the Tirpitz, and that is that he does not have Hydro, which means you could basically get within your regular detection range with the Tirpitz, stop, smoke up. He doesn't know where you are. He has to charge you to get into the 2-kilometer guaranteed detect, in which case, as Grunty so eloquently put it, you torp him to hell. So I would have gone to A here, personally.
I don't think he has smoke up though, because there was the fat finger incident.
Yes, true. Fair enough. In which case, then you flirt on the edge of your spotting range, right, of your concealment.
Yeah.
But either way, the Tirpitz is not going to survive. So here, I'm pausing again. I totally thought you were going straight to A. I totally thought you were going straight to A. Look at your bow position. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was the play here, like straight to A.
You get the A cap. Now, Grunty, you even mentioned, I think you mentioned, oh, well, the point disparity is not that big. But, of course, we see how that comes into play later. That is true, Big O. Z-23 has Hydro, Sit and
It
Smoke, and
wasn't
Hydro.
that big at this point. Like, it really wasn't.
No.
Like it's 100 points difference and still 400 points away from...
Right. Iron Meals, I don't mean to be mean, but do you know why you won this game?
Because I watched the stream.
You won this game because the Kagero misplayed, got himself detected, and killed. If the Kagero managed to stay alive and kept torpedoing the hell out of stuff, I don't think you had a chance at winning.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can say the same thing for the enemy cruiser in the end if he doesn't go in the A cap and misplaces horribly.
Of
Like,
course.
the enemy
of course.
team threw the enemy team lost this more than you won it.
Yes.
If you want to put it that way.
Yes. But that's fine. That gives us so many opportunities to discuss, right, what happened.
Like right here, that's a huge misplay from the enemy, even going into that cap and revealing where he is.
Mm.
Like, if he doesn't do that, he could be anywhere on the map now. He could be
Yep.
sitting in A1. He could be going down the A line over to the right side. He could be going down the 1 line. You would have had no idea because you don't have radio location either, since it's a 10-point captain. And the point was you needed that kill. That's the only way you win it. And
Right.
he basically told you where he is, so you could go after him and even have a chance of getting that kill.
Playing smart and staying alive to be in a position to affect the end of the match is also part of why they won. Why Iron Meals won? Sure, that is true. He didn't take the damage, yes. God, so much to dissect from this game, dude.
I'm quite honestly like that. This Kagero played poorly too. I think like I don't understand why he would even go up through the middle. Like,
well, and like I said, the Kagero, I felt the Kagero played fine up until he derped into the Atago's range and just died. Up until that point, I thought the Kagero was a true threat, you know?
I mean, he kind of was. He probably, I don't even know how the Odin died.
Well, let's take a look. Let's watch again. Here's the Odin.
No,
Cookie, if you are here, I'm sorry, but I need to go eat dinner. Fun night is in an hour, and I need to eat something. He's showing broadside to Amagi now. He's probably gonna get slapped right here.
Yeah, he got caught in the crossfire there. He shouldn't be in that position either. But
no, he didn't. He shouldn't. Looks like a torpedo possibly hit.
The Kagero getting detected here by the Takao.
That's what sealed the deal. Because the Kagero survived, he just goes back and backcaps.
I think the problem is like he tried to push through and was caught in between the Odin that was still alive and the Takao and had nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Too aggressive at this point.
He probably thought he'd won the game. And frankly, if I'm that Kagero player, I'm with him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking the same thing. This is GG's. So he let his guard down. And right here, he gets himself detected by the Kagero, or the Takao. Takao wisely puts his Hydro up, so now the Kagero can't do crap. And there he goes. Harbin, Takao finish him off. So if that Kagero was a slightly better player at positioning, you would not have won this game. Period.
No, there was lots of mistakes on both sides.
Should we just call it mistakes? Maybe we just call it mistakes.
Learning opportunities.
Well, mistakes are learning opportunities. Exactly right. Okay. Well, dude, again, thank you. This was a great replay to look at. Absolutely fantastic.
No, thank you for everybody, even the people in chat. There were great comments. Maybe it will come in YouTube or something like that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Absolutely, and chat. You guys know you're more than welcome to share your opinions too. I don't invalidate anybody's replay opinions. So here's what we're going to